So to say that today actually ended up giving India a lot of medals is like saying that it's a little bit cold in the north or south poles. Well, India got plenty of medals. In fact, 14 medals were added to India's tally, which meant that you surpassed the 50 medal mark and are more than halfway there in that wanted target of 100 medals. So in this video, what me and Siddharth will be doing is we'll be going over all of the medals. Now, truth be told, we have been bringing you all of the updates. So if you want to get an individual breakdown of how all those medals went about, go ahead and check out those videos. But in this, we'll just quickly delve on and discuss what the interesting events of the day were. And that includes plenty of India medals.
And just to give an indication of how chaotic or how frenzied the medal rush was,
Yeah.
Shane non-stop had to do about 20 to 25 minutes of updates,
Standing in one place, 3 different videos.
3 different videos. That was how frenzied it was in the evening session. Now the trend will be for all the Asian Games, all your major medal events, especially when you look at India, will happen around the period from 2:30 p.m. onwards till now at 8:30. That is your time where you'll get all your major medal events starting from 2nd until 7th. Because remember, from 2nd to 7th, the major surge for India is going to come. Shooting is done for the day. Today was the last day. It's going to be athletics.
And
That's
shooting
going to-
itself got you what, 22 odd medals overall?
22 medals with 7 gold, 9 silver, and 6 bronze. The best ever medals haul for India in the history of shooting. It has happened in Guangzhou. Because remember, what has happened today, the final events happened. The men's trap event, again, the team got the gold, the women's got the silver. But in the individual, unfortunately, Manisha Keer, she missed out. She finished last. And Kainan Chennai got the bronze medal after a lot of drama. Remember, we were all praying that the Kuwaiti trap shooters should at least miss. They rarely missed. But Kainan Chennai got the bronze, and that's it. Shooting, what started off as the first gold medal, first silver medal, which was one of the women's team event, ended with bronze with Kainan Chennai. That was the entire gambit. After a lull, after a brief lull, which was like kind of calm waters,
Or the calm before the storm.
we got into category 5 hurricane situation because the medals just kept flooding and flooding and flooding.
Yeah, it started off with Aditi Ashok, you'd remember, in fact, many people were hoping that she'd get a gold, considering that it was just that close, really. She was very, very close. She led through most of, the rounds. Unfortunately, final round, bit of a slip up, and it was just a silver.
How do you explain for 3.5 days, 3.5 days, 3.5 rounds, she was on top, 7 strokes away from gold. And no one could catch her. But 2 disastrous back-to-back rounds ensured that she squandered a 7-stroke lead and ended up getting a silver. It was a repeat of 2020 Tokyo.
Yeah, I remember there she was not in contention for gold, but she
Bronze.
would have been in contention for bronze and looked set to win it. But then again, in the last rounds, a bit of a blip, bit of a slip up, and 3rd place went away, and it was unfortunate 4th place, but you don't get a medal for 4th place.
You don't get it. And again, this is a missed opportunity for gold. I mean, look, I agree that she's a very young kid. She's making rapid strides. Yes, she's the first ever female golfer to win a medal in the Asian Games.
Yes, that in itself, massive achievement.
But the standards nowadays that we have set for our sporting personalities is massive. And
Especially when you show that you can get the
Yeah.
gold. I mean, this is not a case of that, she clawed her way back through and won a silver. This was a case of you were there. You were this close to a gold and just
but I
missed
think
out.
this was one disappointment, but this was trumped by yet another major disappointment, which we'll touch upon it later.
The men's badminton team. We'll go about that later on.
Yes, but remember, in the athletics event, okay, so I have to take the help of my phone because there were so
Many
medals.
events. Yeah, let
Yep.
me also go through it actually.
Yep. So it all began. I'll start from descending. I mean, right from the very freshest that happened. Jyoti Yarraji, 100 meters silver, but enveloped in a lot of controversy. You can check out the videos that we have done. Shane did a breaking on that. I did a special explanation on why this was controversial. What is the false start rules? Check that video out.
Yeah, and there's in fact more coming. There's reactions from, the Athletics Federation of India Vice President Anju Bobby George. She's spoken out very
And
strongly
also
against
from
that.
Adil Sumariwala as well, the AFI chief. All that has been put up on Sports Today. You can check that out as and when it comes. But a great attempt was made at a train robbery. but the Chinese fell flat in it. So that is the one thing that's there. Then you saw discus throw, Seema Punia got the bronze medal. Heptathlon, Nandini Agasara, she won the bronze medal.
Then you had Murli Srishankar who got a silver medal. And that was also, by the way, very close because again, it was 3 centimeters separating him from a gold medal, 3 centimeters. But he came back because again, he was at 8.01. From there to jump 8.19. It's a massive jump, by the way.
Then in the men's today 1,500 meters
That's been
dominated.
a good friend. 3 medals from that particular discipline.
That was the start of Shane's 25-minute long stint in different locations because Ajay Kumar Saroj and Jinson Johnson, they secured the silver and bronze. But Harmilan Benz, she's called the queen in Indian athletics for a particular reason. She's already shown her class and won silver in the very first outing in the Asiad. I mean, that is a big achievement for Harmilan Benz.
Let's not kid ourselves. That's a massive achievement. And of course, it was, let's say, what really started it was, of course, 2 gold medals, really. In fact, if you're looking at what started the medal rush as far as athletics, 2 gold medals, and let's say, it was actually 2 rather, I wouldn't say unexpected, but you were surprised because you were expecting medals. I think it's safe to say that when it comes to both Avinash Sable and Tajinder Pal Singh Toor, you were expecting a medal. Gold though, nice little bonus, golden bonus.
I mean, for Avinash Sable, I'm very happy that he got, and look at the distance. 4 seconds was the gap.
Exactly, that's dominant.
That's dominant. And remember, he came off after the disappointment that he encountered in the World Athletics Championships in Budapest. You saw there was a tearful, he was emotional, like I did not judge my run, I did not pace myself, and that is why he really apologized, and you could see he was hurt. Here, he was relieved that he got the gold medal, but Tajinder Pal Singh too, remember?
Phenomenal throw.
His first 2 throws were fouls. Then he threw a 19.5 and in the 4th, 20.36.
That was it.
Clinched.
No one was touching that.
Yep, and he clinched it and got the gold medal. And remember, Seema Punia, let us not be overlook that. 3 consecutive medals now in the Asiad. 2014 gold medalist. Now you've gotten yet another medal, and the bronze medal is an apt tribute to her indeed. So
absolutely. Then of course you had Nikat Zareen who ended up sealing a bronze. Now that's a bit of a mix this thing because I think most people were expecting that she'd reach the final. If she did reach the final, she would be entering Paris with a seed.
Now she's unseeded.
But of course you'd still expect a good showing from her. But I think definitely considering just how well she had been doing over the past year. Remember 2022 World Championship she won. Then she dominated the field in the Commonwealth Games. I think there was a bit more expectation. One would hope that she can raise her game come the time of the Paris Olympics.
And there was also some mixed results from boxing. One boxer assured herself of a medal, but again, Jasmine Lamboria, she lost to North Korea, and unfortunately, that is the thing. But now, the biggest ever disappointment. As
the men's badminton team.
Yes. I mean, 2-0, and prior to that, we got a bigger jolt when HS Pranoy was ruled out because of a back injury. Now, that meant India had to win 3 straight games. The likes of Lakshya Sen, Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy, and Chirag Shetty, as well as Kidambi Srikanth.
All bets were on them at that point.
Yes. Lakshya Sen and Satvik Sairaj did their job brilliantly. But Kidambi, after losing 22-20 in that first game, it seemed as if he was completely deflated. And then what we saw was a stunning turnaround from China. HS Pranoy, wrong injury, and unfortunately at the worst possible time, India were leading 2-0. Kidambi had to win.
Yeah, and actually if you had to have Pranoy coming in 4th or 5th, depending on what the thing would have been, if he had to be coming in, there would have at least been a backup plan of sorts. You didn't have a contingency. China knew that if they beat even one of those guys, then it was as good as done because beyond that, you lacked experience, you lacked big game experience, match winning capability. I'm not taking anything away from the tennis, the athletes or the badminton players who went up there. They did their best, but unfortunately, it just wasn't.
It wasn't. I mean, this is right up there as one of the biggest disappointments that is there in the Asia, and that too, especially in the last match in abject surrender from Mithun Manjunath.
Mithun Manjunath definitely. I think after a point he seemed overawed by the situation.
Yeah.
It was a must-win. He's definitely thrown into the deep end. Could have put in a better performance, sure, but unfortunately, I think his opponent also was in such good touch that after a point he just mentally just switched off.
Weng Hongyang. I mean, you will all remember Weng Hongyang. For that epic 71 shot rally, remember that?
Yeah,
took
yeah,
place?
yeah, yeah.
That was Wen Hong-en. He was up against him, and left-hander. How many times have we seen left-handers trouble Indian shuttlers? Just
Southpaws.
ask PV Sindhu.
Ask PV Sindhu, ask Kidambi Srikanth could never really get the better of Kento Momota. Even when Srikanth was the #1 ranked player in badminton, we always struggled against Kento.
Yep.
Once Kento had that comeback, I think he had that major car accident or something. Kento absolutely pilloried everyone. Kidambi Srikanth probably being his worst victim.
Exactly. So that's why big disappointment. I mean, India has won the badminton silver medal. Yes, 37 years later, you won a medal, but first time ever. But unfortunately, that could have been gold. So that is why big problem at this point in time. I think the biggest disappointment is India's badminton shuttlers have a big uphill task ahead of them for Paris. I think that is going to be the major takeaway.
You'll need someone like Kidambi to rediscover his mojo, or at least the kind of form that he was showing during the Thomas Cup. Because there, as one of the more experienced players, he definitely held up his end of the bargain here today, though it just wasn't good enough. You'll need him to rediscover his mojo for sure. Pranoy has kind of blossomed into his own recently.
The entire weight of the nation is on Satvik Sairaj, Ankit Reddy and Chirag Shetty.
And of course, the duo, of course, they have been so consistent in recent times.
Yep.
So, I think that they are the ones who will definitely hold up. But overall, I'd say a pretty good day, albeit with some disappointment.
Pretty good day. I mean,
I'm understating it.
It was like a tsunami of medals that came at us. And remember, we have crossed 52. And remember, this is the start of the last week. We've still got 5 days for 48 medals.
And plenty of big name athletes still, in fact, going to be competing.
Yes.
Don't forget, Neeraj Chopra has not competed yet, my friends.
Yep, 4th. His event is on the 4th. The men's cricket team begin on 3rd. And lots of the wrestling medals, boxing medals, archery events.
Archery events, don't forget, yes.
Yes, Aditi Swami, Jyoti Sureka Vendam, Atanu Das, all of them. Medals are expected, although gold, maybe that's a little difficult because of South Korea, but don't count it out. Tomorrow, you've got canoe sprint in the morning, but equestrian. That miracle
Keep all
sport.
your eyes out on that sport right now. There's gonna definitely be something coming from there as well. A lot of people weren't expecting it, us included, but they proved us pleasantly wrong.
Just like lawn bowls in Commonwealth Games.
Oh, yes.
Equestrian is turning out to be the miracle sport for India in the Asian
A literal
Games.
dark horse, if you may.
Of course, a literal dark horse. So that is the event which begins tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. And Shane and I will be bringing you all the updates of the Asian Games. Remember, we are just getting started.
Still one more week of action left. And
Yep.
yes, as Prashant Shetty points out, Prashant Reddy, beg pardon, says that even Bridge is there. Yes, and Bridge we've been actually,
We were
performing
the
well.
gold medalists in
Yeah,
2018.
correct.
Exactly. So that is about it. Shooting is done. So that major medal event hall is done. But the athletics event has just started. So lots and lots of action coming up in the next 5 days. And we are also building up for the World Cup as well. So me and
Absolutely.
Shane will be there along with Gargi, Harshit,
And
all of
everyone
us.
else. Plenty happening in the world of sports, so
Yep.
we'll join you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon. You can leave us a comment as well. Follow us on socials. Download the SportsTech app. You'll get all of these updates on at the tip of your fingers on your mobile. And of course, don't forget, last but not least, always stay tuned to the channel. We have plenty more coming your way. But for now, from Siddharth and me, it's bye-bye.
Bye-bye.